So, anyway, we're live. Yeah, it's been kind of a long episode. Just kidding. Anyway, one thing I wanted to talk about, which is something that's happening pretty soon. I think it'll be happening today. Today is Tuesday, so yeah. Hello. Is that a lot of people are going to be protesting at the state capitol today in the Show Me State. So it's going to be all over the news, and I, as a person, I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing this on the news. A lot of people are protesting, which I look forward to seeing. And it needs to happen. And there's a lot of people who are, of course, against this protest. Patton Oswalt and the rest of Hollyweird, I assuming, are against this. And Patton Oswalt, of course, is open about it. Like, he mocked people protesting, wanting everything to open back up, wanting their state to open back up. And I want to rant about this one because I fucking hate Patton Oswalt. I know a lot of people love him, but I hate this motherfucker. The same amount of hate I have for Jared Leto and the rest of Hollywood. I mean, I of course, was like the rest of the people mocking Gal Gadot's Imagine. I just mocked the part where the Mandalorian came in going, imagine no possessions. Man, he ruined that fucking ending of that one song. I imagine like the editing was kind of like, oh great, and he had Will Ferrell looking like he's taking a shit while singing. But Patton Oswalt is mocking and attacking people that want their states to open back up. They want to go back to the way things were normal. They want to go to places. They don't want, I've been to St. Louis County, and watching these people do social distancing is like watching watching Rick and his crew in The Walking Dead, like avoiding everybody around them, like looking around their surroundings. You cough, you scare the shit out of somebody, which had happened to me. Of course, I used the defense: the stoner's cough. That was my defense, but. And I don't smoke weed, so I wasn't high. I just cough because, when some place is, really clean and you go smell the chemicals, my lungs can't handle it. I just start coughing. And there's nothing wrong with my lungs. It's just, once you breathe in, so much cleaning material, you have to cough because it's too much. It's too much, So, I don't like what Patton Oswalt's doing. That he's mocking people who are protesting. Because here's the thing about it. I want to say this to Patton. You are a millionaire. I mean, you have also dead wife money as well. Because, you probably got a lot of money from your wife who passed away. But you got married quickly, dude. You remarried quick. To the point where a normal person would be like, did you kill your wife? But, some people are like, man, that's just low. But here's the thing about it. I crack jokes at people half the time. Right? The thing about it, he didn't go Ric Flair of, going broke, being married so many times. Here's the thing, Patton. You have millions of dollars. And I'm going to read a tweet he wrote. and Frank spent 2 years hiding in an attic. We've been home just for a month with Netflix, food delivery, video games. And there are people risking viral death by storming state capitol's buildings, screaming, "Open up. Fuckers." Or, as Patton put it, futters. Here's the thing, Patton. A lot of people can't afford shit. We're not rich fuckers like you and your Hollyweird people. Here's the thing, dumbass. I didn't get my stimulus check. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get it, because we're going broke. The country's going broke. The economy is not going anywhere, because there's not a lot of places and businesses open. I live in a fucking trailer park. You live in a goddamn mansion in California. Alright, you and I are different people. Like, I am living pretty much scrounging money to survive and buy shit because price gouging's happening in grocery stores. You sit in your fucking mansion, your fat ass, playing with your Star Wars figurines, getting on Twitter and all this shit half the time of your day. I'm sitting around worried like shit's gonna happen. I'm worried I'm gonna go broke. Alright? That's where I'm at. You are just in California. Alright, you and I are in different boats here, mate. You're just in a luxury cruise. I'm on a little fishing boat praying to God I don't drown under debt. So you and I are different. Alright, you can mock people like me who want the country open back up so I can have a paycheck to survive. Week by week. Day by day. And you're going to earn like what, $500,000 or $1 million in a fucking show about the 80s? Narrating? You have an easy job. I have a job where I have to struggle. So you and I, Patton, we're on different boats here and different planets. Alright? So you can mock people like me, alright? You can sit on your fucking ass and watch Netflix, play video games, jerk off, play with your Star Wars figures, talk about nerdy stuff, like Star Wars and all that shit. Alright? You and I are just different people, dude. Be in my shoes once in a while, mate. The only reason you got famous was because you rode the coattails of Kevin James on his King of Queens. So, fuck you, Patton. The more this happens, the more Hollyweird and Hollywood, well, Hollyweird is going to be what it is, are showing how out of touch they really are. I mean, you had Gal Gadot with her Imagine. You had, a bunch of actresses talking about how difficult motherhood is since the coronavirus, and they have to teach their kids at school, give their kids education. And you had Airhead Witherspoon's ex-husband, lecturing about staying in, and yet he's out getting a sub sandwich. Like, it's kind of the weird thing about it, like, Subway's, like, open, and yet, And one thing I want to point out that just annoys the fuck out of me, since I had to be stuck in home, is anytime you put on CBS, you have this stupid ass ad with all these actors and actresses in their nice homes saying, you have this one dude going like, with wild hair for a wild situation, saying, shut the fuck up, dude. Wet your hair, comb it, you're fine. You're not like us. And that's the point I want to make to these Hollyweird people. You're not like us. You never will be. You never will be like us. And that's the thing about it. Like, and that's the problem with like all these rappers, these gangster rappers trying to act like, here's the thing. A lot of us don't have thousands of dollars to go in strip clubs, okay? A lot of us don't, and a lot of us never will, because we like having marriage. So, and, then you have like all these people who are in their mansions and their, fancy apartments and all that, saying stay indoors, we're all in this together. It's like, no, you're not. You have a comfortable bank account. A lot of us have zeros. A lot of zeros. We only have like 1 zero that we don't want to see. So, a lot of us are not in this together. And I sure as hell don't want to be in this together with LL Cool J. Him ending it. Love you guys. I hate you all. That's where I'm at. So, I like LL Cool J. I mean, he hasn't said any stupid shit like Patton Oswalt. So, I'm going to read like some of the responses he got. Pretty sure I'm going to get blocked by him. I already got blocked by Love You More. I already got blocked by like Mark Hamill already. I don't know what the fuck I did to Luke. I mean, I didn't cut off his hand or anything, so... See, like, if I was, Darth Vader, I mean, like, if I knew how Luke Skywalker would be today, I wouldn't go for the hand. I would... Here are some of the, here's what one person wrote to the people shouting about, but the economy, what about the unemployment? Please be mad about wage gaps as such as crazy, because people are opposite such razor thin margins, missing 2 classes paycheck. 2 paychecks cause a survival crisis. Whatever. One person wrote, not everyone can afford Netflix or food delivery or video games due to the economic situation. Well, shut down. One person wrote, let them eat kale, laughs the rich comedian. One person wrote, this dude I definitely agree with, you have millions of dollars in your bank, meanwhile millions of Americans are unemployed and their small business shut down. But hey, why not tweet about it? How easy this is. Hashtag douchebag. I mean, and that's the thing about it. That's what is the difference between it. It reminds me of, it reminds me of like the Snowpiercer story, where there's the poor people in the back of the train, the rich are up in the front. That is where, I mean, it's also like the Titanic, literally. Like the poor people are on the bottom of the Titanic and the rich are on the top. And that's how it is now. I mean, Patton, you can be a comedian. You could be this funny, fat dude that everybody, just like, look at little Patton Oswalt. But here's the thing about it, dude. You are on the top of everything. while people like me and everybody else are on the bottom, trying to crawl, scratch our way to survive, while you're on the top with the rest of your out-of-touch Hollyweird friends with millions of dollars. And it's not about money. It's never about money. You know. But you're out of touch with what's going on below. You have to remember that, dude. You're out of touch what goes on. Alright? I mean, where I live, people look past. I mean, I really can't blame them. I mean, I live in a shitty-ass trailer park. You know. It's not the place where I recommend people live in. Because a lot of shit happens. A lot of people end up dead. A lot of people sell drugs. I mean, it's basically the ghetto where I live. Just the white version of the ghetto. And you live in this nice mansion. Where you thumb your nose. I mean, like, here's the thing about it. Like, a lot of these... Everything will be better. But here's the thing, Patton. Like, you and the rest of your Hollyweird people... You talk and bitch about, you know, Trump closing borders and all that. You can say that, but you live behind a gate community where you keep out people, the poor people, because you don't want them in your little neighborhood. You don't want them around your place. Or you'll call security or the cops. You don't want people around. Alright? So, you know, I mean, I don't like Hollyweird. I mean, everyone in Hollywood's weird. I mean, look at Ellen DeGeneres talking about be positive, hashtag be kind or positive or, you know, all that. But yet, her true colors, of course, came out. You know, Ellen DeGeneres, of course, furloughed her employees of her show, hiring employees that earn 60% less than her employees that work on her show in Warner Brothers Studios. And, like, I remember that there's this one video I saw yesterday where this dude was going over tweets, going over stories of how Ellen DeGeneres is a bitch. To her employees, to even audience members. Like, there was like this one video where Ellen DeGeneres shamed an audience member who grabbed a free cheap item of the show. Grabbed two of them. I think it was a hat or a coffee mug. I forget what it is. Because I don't watch Ellen. Because, you know, fuck Ellen DeGeneres. But Ellen DeGeneres just shamed this woman for taking more than one item from her show. And I remember just watching this going like, if I ever, like, hypothetically, I know I was asked once by my dad, like, would you want to go to California? I'd be like, hell no. I would get arrested or kicked out of the state just for voicing my opinions. But because my opinions are just blunt and honest, like, I mean, I would go to California, find where Patton Oswalt lives, and egg his house. That'd be it. That's what I would do. And I haven't egged anyone's house since I was a teenager, but I would do it. You know, but if I ever went to like Ellen DeGeneres' show, which I don't know why I would, I never watch it, and I saw that take one free items, I'd be like, this is the cheapest shit I've ever seen. This is Warner Brothers Studios. Where's the Warner Brothers shop? I would just go there and buy a Batman item instead of taking a free item. And I you know, like, it was the weirdest video. It was like so cringy of what Ellen DeGeneres did to that poor audience member. Just then they had the camera on this lady throughout the situation, while Ellen DeGeneres just goes off on this lady for, like, how dare you take more than one item? We have you on camera. And Ellen DeGeneres puts a camera there and records this lady taking more than one item. That was like the weirdest and cringiest thing I have ever seen. And, like, if I was that person, you know, being shamed, I would just be like, throw the items at her, like, here, fucking keep them. You know, I mean, you're a rich lady. You're a rich woman, Ellen. You have a very cheap haircut. You know, speaking of that, there was like this one story where this person cut Ellen's hair, and Ellen wanted it done in 5 minutes. And I had my hair cut before, and it took more than 5 minutes. Because, you know, as one person described cutting my long, shaggy hair as like shearing a sheep. Like, I am not making this up. Anytime I have long hair, it's just like my... Yeah, it's like shearing a sheep. So... it was just... It is weird, you know, and... I know I answered in the beginning, but it's just... It aggravates me that people like Patton and all of them are out of touch with what's going on in the real world. A lot of us don't want to shop at Walmart or Target. I mean, I can't shop at Target. I'm banned. But I can only shop at Walmart. And let me tell you, I am tired of seeing the color blue. So... Anyway, Warner Brothers updated their scheduling release for their DC Comics movies. Yeah, you look adorable. Thank you, love. Yeah, my hair is kind of like since the closing of every store, I can't get my hair cut, which I'm to the point where I just don't feel like getting my hair cut at all. I'm just like, I'm good. I just have shaggy hair, and it's pretty bad now. Like, my sisters are jokingly calling me Shaggy because my shag goatee and all that. Anyway, Warner Brothers announced their release dates for the Batman, The Flash, Shazam 2. And let's take a look at what it is. The Batman, which was originally supposed to come out on 25th of 2021, has been moved to October 1st, 2021. Shazam 2 was moved from April 1st, April Fool's Day, to November 4th, 2022. The Flash gets move up from July 1st, 2022 to June 3rd, 2022. A lot of us are going to be waiting for a while. So, anyway. Warner Brothers also updates the schedule due to the coronavirus. Wonder Woman 84, August 14th, which was previously 1st. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad gets the release of August 6th, 2021. Recently, Gunn stated that on Twitter that he doesn't think there will be any delays. So, this one interests me right here. This documentary that's coming out. It's a new conspiracy documentary. During the time of the coronavirus, perhaps rather fittingly, a documentary unleashed titled "Of the Shadows" deals with the pedophilia rings, how mainstream media, Hollywood, the CIA elites manipulates the masses. Out of the Shadows is from the Hollywood stuntman and stunt coordinator Mike Smith, best known for his stunt work for Batman Forever, Spider-Man, Star Trek, Terminator 3, and Fast and Furious, and a lot more. Smith goes over how an injury led him down the rabbit hole in search for the truth regarding the pedophilia, Satanism, and Hollywood, which led him discovering how public has been manipulated by the media and the CIA for decades. I heard about this documentary. I heard about this documentary for a while, and I thought it was just sort of like gone. Because for a while I thought this documentary sort of like disappeared because I couldn't like find it. And I was hearing about it, like, for a while. I was hearing it on a lot of vlogging sites about, not vlogging, but blogs and message boards about this documentary. And for those who don't know, like, I'm into conspiracy theories, which is kind of funny to talk about because, like, a lot of people will look at me and be like, "You're a person who don't believe in ghosts." You don't believe in ghosts or paranormal, but yet you're into, like, this weird conspiracy of, like, mainstream media manipulation and control. Which, when you look at it, it kind of makes sense. Like, if you ever take a step back and watch, like, award shows like the Grammys and all that, like, it is really weird how they do things. I mean, for God's sakes, look at Madonna's one performance at, I think, some award show. She wore devil horns and did all this Baphomet shit. And you look at it, you're like, what the fuck is this? And most people are like, oh, it's just Madonna being Madonna. And it's like, no, you look at this weird shit. She's wearing devil horns, she's doing this, weird, fucked up shit. And it's one of these weird things. Like, I look at it. Like, I look at a lot of the big picture of things. And, for me, I can't stop looking at the big picture and, dissecting everything I see and stuff. And you look at a lot of them, they wear a lot of stuff, talking about Aleister Crowley. And for most people who don't know who Aleister Crowley is, he is one of those bizarre figures that a lot of Hollywood people admire. And they mention him a lot in their music, the movies. Hell, he's on a cover of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts album, which is kind of weird. And I'm not a Beatles fan, mind you. I don't really give a shit about the Beatles. Most people always go like, what's, Beatles, Rolling Stones? I'm like, The Who. Because I like The Who, So, Hollywood stuntman Mike Smith. Most of the things we believe to be fact in our lives are told us through the stories or the news that we hear, says Smith at the opening of the documentary. So my question would be, if they are deceiving you with stories they tell you, why would you be able to recognize that? Oh, sorry, would you be able to recognize that? Hollywood stuntman director Brad Martin. The documentary features stuntman director Brad Martin, who is known for Marvel's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Batman v Superman, Zoolander, The Expendables 3, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 2, The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions and more. It is it's an interesting documentary. I look forward to seeing it like once it's available. Like I watch documentaries. One documentary I am a fan of is Missing 411, which is a really good documentary. And it's available on YouTube. The first one. The second one you have to buy. I'm a fan of that documentary, Missing 411, and there's a lot of like bizarre cases involving the woods and stuff. And I'm sure now, since like state parks are closed, there aren't going to be any people disappearing in the woods and stuff. And I really like the documentary. It tells three stories involving three, families of three missing individuals. Most of them are children, which is disturbing. It's scary for people who have, kids. I don't have kids. I have a cat. And it's one of those things where you have to watch the documentary, and you're going to be one of those people like me who, after watching it, have more questions than answers. You will be asking a lot of questions of like, what the fuck happened to those people? They found, the one thing that they found of this one kid who disappeared in the documentary was his clothes and shoes. No body. Just the clothes and shoes. And the dad who was holding it, which it's heartbreaking because you could hear his voice crack as he talks about it, where he was they said a mountain lion. And he said if it was a mountain lion, these clothes would be shredded to pieces. There would be claw marks scratching, because, they have razor sharp claws. They would go for the front, the shirt and rip it. But there was no rip. They would be dragging the body, and it'd be, clothes would be teared up. Done. So, this, documentary, Missing 411, is a really good documentary if you ever are into the weird conspiracy stuff. So anyway, let's get to the geek news. Let's just head over here. I was on that site. So, Joss Whedon has been rumored to be in talks of the Fantastic Four. God, no. I like Joss Whedon, but it's a dude who did, the guy who did, Buffy the Vampire Slayer and all that, it's isn't it enough? You did Avengers. Isn't that enough? Come on, dude. You done that. Move on. So... It's like, move on. Like, enough is enough. But I still think, like, John Krasinski, who is, of course, been talked about playing, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. It's like, why not let that dude direct it? Like, he could direct movies he's in. I mean, he was in A Quiet Place. It's like, why not let that dude direct it? Like, he can handle it, So, I'm trying to find, like, something interesting to read. One thing I want to talk about also is, while we're on the comic books and stuff, like, how is it that, they don't talk about Batman and Catwoman comic? Like, one thing that I've been waiting a while for from Tom King is the Batman and Catwoman story. Like, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this story, like this comic and stuff. And I know that a lot of people are like, well, the coronavirus, there's more important things to talk about. It's like, there's nothing really to talk about, so why not talk about Batman and Catwoman? It's like, the thing that I notice is that Tom King does usually answer questions from readers and fans, but he's been sort of like avoiding, the topic and questions and stuff. And I'm not saying, like, Strange Adventures #1 is shit. I haven't read it. Which, by the way, I did order a comic, Batman. Wish I could find my receipt. I think it's Batman 90. And the book arrived, but it wasn't Batman 90. And the thing is, I'm not gonna give the comic book store I ordered it from shit. Things happen. People are busy. There's a lot of books being ordered at comic shops. A lot of pull lists. People are trying to get their books and all that. I just ordered one book. I'm not gonna give the person shit, because when I read it, when I read this book, it's called Rabbi or RWBY. Rabbi, I think is what it's called. It's from, like, Rooster DC Comics, and it has a rooster teeth. I never heard of this book. I forget how, is it pronounced Rabbi or something? Like, and yeah. I never heard of this book. It's an anime. Oh shit, I ordered an anime comic. Huh. I never heard of this series. I never read it or watched it. It's an anime style web series. Created by the late Monty Oman for Rooster Teeth. Huh. Here's the thing. I never, seen it before. And I got the book from the comic shop. And I was flipping through this book, and I really enjoyed it. And I really thought, like, when I was flipping through it, I was just like, yeah, this is a really interesting story. And apparently this is what the interpretation I get. And this is book number 6, and I really like the cover. The cover is really unique looking. So when I was flipping through it, I was just like, I mean, here's the thing. I never seen the anime series. I never read, I assume, previous comics from, it. So the interpretation I get is this character who has black hair and cat ears, holding like a samurai type sword, is the main hero. I assume. I don't know. But it was really interesting, and I read this this issue 6, and I really want to read the other issues that were made. It's like anytime I get a book and it's like right, like a number 5 or a number 6, and I read it and I like it, I have to read from the beginning. And this Rabbi, I'm going to call it that. I know there's some fans who are probably anime fans who are like, it's this title, you dumbass. I like this book. I like the story. I want to start from the beginning, and I really kind of want to know more about this series because it seems interesting. I'm gonna find it, the anime series, Rooster Teeth, and I'm going to watch it and see what it is, because I'm stuck in my house and I'm really tired of watching I'm tired of watching old episodes of shows, and I really want to watch something new. And here's the thing about it, I am not big in anime. The first time around, I'm kind of getting into it, and I kind of want to know what stuff to watch. Don't tell me Dragon Ball Z, because I tried it once. I don't like it. I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan. I watched Pokemon, which they consider Pokemon anime, and I watched it. I watched Pokemon when it first came out, and I didn't understand it. Digimon, I couldn't understand that. I was just like, yeah, well, I'm going to stick to Batman and Scooby-Doo. This is where I'm going to be. I wish they could do I know they did like a Batman anime cartoon, Batman Ninja, and they did Batman Shanghai, and I really digged it. I thought it was really unique. I wish they could do a Batman anime series. I know they did a Batman anime comic, a style of anime, before. They did it with, I think they did it recently with Batman and the Justice League, and they did one with Batman, something involving masks or something. I forget what the title is. We have the books, and I'll find it and talk about it. I have like book 1, book 2. I don't have the other ones, so we had to buy them. We had to find those. I like this. I like the book. Like I said, like the characters are very intriguing. I love the art style. It kind of reminds me of Super Sons, because Super Sons kind of did this anime style, which really works in their favor, because it really works in their favor. It works in a different cool style. I think it's one thing a lot of people like. They like the artwork. I love the artwork. I think it's beautiful. I think it's really, art style like that is something that is really needed in comics today, because I'm not knocking a lot of the artists and DC and stuff. It's all the same. It feels like the same thing. It's like nothing stands out. And I I don't mind like the cartoony artwork. I don't mind the, anime style artwork. It's something different, something fresh. And a lot of these artists are trying to like do new things. And I think that's why a lot of people sort of give Frank Miller flack for trying to do anime style artwork. And that was something different with Miller. Like, I mean, I'll admit, like, The Dark Knight Returns is beautiful artwork. And when you read Dark Knight Strikes Again, you're like, your eyes are like going like, what is this? And your brain is trying to function what you're reading. So it's one of those things where it just kind of causes you to kind of go like, what is this shit? I really like this book. I can't wait to see what the anime series is, and sorry, my nose is kind of runny, so I can't wait to see what goes by. Sorry, my nose is kind of runny. So, anyway, speaking of Miller, let's get back into Batman Year One. I'm trying to figure out where I am at. Wait, we did go past this one. Do. Alright, we did read that one. Alright, I think we ended it with... No, wait, we did go past this one, too. Okay, we're at the Magnificent Theater. We're in a nightmare. Flashback scenes. Alright, that's where we're at. We're in this nightmare area. Alright, we're going to read Batman Year 1. We're in the cut to exterior, a magnificent theater night. We're on the steps of the old magical... We're in the steps of a magical old world movie palace. Bright, clean, hyper-real dream. A boy, about 8, leaves showing of Zorro with his mother and father. He goofs around with an imaginary sword. The boy, on guard. The mother, her best Fey Ray impersonation. Oh, brave Zorro, save us. Father, yes, but can Zorro fly? The father grabs the boy and throws him in the air. The boy freaks out with laughter. The boy is caught under his arms again, tossed upwards and into a nightmare. The sky darkens. The boy registers fear and falls, and falls, and falls. Slams hard onto the grimy sidewalk with a puddle of blood. His parents struggle with the mugger in the alley. Okay, that's kind of a cool, interesting scene. Father, get away from her. Get away from her, you monster. The mugger shoves the father back. Mother slaps that mugger. No, get off me. You can't have it. Mugger grabs the mother viciously by the throat. She's choking. The pearls bounce off the pavement. The father takes a swing at the mugger. Mugger, crazy bastards. Bang. The boy flinches. Blood sprays on his face. Bang, bang, bang. Bruce Wayne's body flinches and is caught with each shot. We're back in interior Bruce Wayne's apartment night. Bruce shoots right up in bed. Bruce Wayne's mouth snarls in torment. Bruce Wayne's fists lay in his lap. The fists quake. Unholy rage. He goes and takes a wooden box in his shaking, sweaty hands. His thumbs is about to open the heavy brass latchet. Bruce is interrupted by a clanking sound in the street. I'm sorry. Exterior. The Girls Galore Peep Show Theater. Oh, shit. Man, we're getting right from the good. It started to get good, and all of a sudden, bam, prostitutes. So... So we're getting somewhere, but all of a sudden, you know, whammo. I would admit, like, if this movie is the script that Darren Aronofsky was going for, I would fucking watch this movie. And I would be honest, like, the thoughts of Freddie Prinze Jr. in this movie, it just, this would not work. I'm sorry, like, this could not work. None of it would work. None. Because this is like the weirdest shit ever, so, oh boy. Exterior, the Girls Galore Peep Show Theater. And by the way, I do, like, a lot of people ask me, like, do you have the Frank Miller Batman Year 1 t-shirt? Yes, I do. I have the Batman Year 1 t-shirt. I remember seeing it on Amazon. I was like, I gotta get that shirt. I love that fucking comic book so much, I have to get that shirt. I love Batman Year 1. It is one of my favorite Batman comics. And I know a lot of people give it shit, a lot of flack of how they don't like it. I love it. I love the comic. It is one of those things that I find joy in. I think it's a really cool, interesting, grounded, dark comic. And Darren Aronofsky would have made a really good movie out of it. Like, I remember talking about this before. Joel Schumacher, before he did Batman Forever, wanted to make Batman Year 1. He wanted to do a fresh start of Batman, you know, from the Burton films, and you know, and I think the reason was Schumacher didn't want to do a continuation from Batman Returns because he felt like Burton should have told that story more. But man, it would have been interesting because he did a movie Falling Down, which is criminally underrated. For those who've never seen it, it is a really good movie. Michael Douglas gives a fucking good performance in that movie. And, like, I think if Schumacher did Batman Year 1, Michael Douglas would have fucking killed it as Jim Gordon in that film. You would have had Val Kilmer's Batman, Nicole Kidman. I don't know who you get as Catwoman. I don't see Nicole Kidman as Catwoman, and I don't really care for Nicole Kidman as an actress. I mean, I mean, I'll admit, Practical Magic was a good fucking movie. Sandra Bullock mostly stole the scenes. Yeah, she would have been like an interesting. Like, I know she was considered for Lois Lane, and looking back on it, she would have done a great job as Lois Lane. But I don't know who'd you get as Catwoman, because like you had Michelle Pfeiffer, and I love Michelle Pfeiffer's performance as Catwoman because I thought she did a fantastic job. She really, even though I'm a Julie Newmar Catwoman fan, Michelle Pfeiffer just gave so much vulnerability to Selena, and really you rooted for her to go at Max Schreck, and she does. Like, she kills him. But man, I don't know who you get as Catwoman for Batman Year One if like Schumacher made it. Like I don't really know who you get. Like I guess Halle Berry, because like Halle Berry started, like, she did the Flintstones, I think. I think she did. Like, I don't know who, like, that's the thing about it. Like, I gotta talk about Catwoman movie with Halle Berry one day. Like, it's the worst movie I have ever seen. And people always say, like, Batman and Robin was bad. It's like, no, you watch that movie, you would walk away going like, you would walk away from Catwoman going like, Batman and Robin wasn't that bad of a movie. Me too. She was amazing. Like, hearing the idea that Tim Burton wanted to do a Catwoman movie with Michelle Pfeiffer, it kind of goes like, man, that would have been interesting. Because like there was like with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, like they were talking about involving Green Lantern cameo, and like Burton wanted to do like a DC universe, like showing like the world outside Batman with the DC heroes and all that exist. They just don't interact with Batman because Batman would probably fuck them up. Because it's like, would you imagine like them going like, maybe we should go to Gotham to like, tell this Batman to stop, and they're like, dude, he killed Joker. Even though he probably like, gravity killed the Joker. So, for me, like, I don't know who you get to play Catwoman in Year One. I'm gonna assume Halle Berry, because she was doing films like Batman Year One came out, I think 93. No, wait, Batman Forever came out 94, 95. Flintstones, I think, came out in 93. I'm gonna assume 93. I'm gonna assume it because I don't know. Like, I'm a Flintstones fan, but man, I don't know when that fucking movie came out. All I know is John Goodman plays Fred Flintstone. He's from the St. Louis area, so so me and Fred Flintstone are from the same area. So I don't know. So anyway, I'm trying to avoid reading the script. That's what I'm trying to do, because some of this is weird shit. Yeah, and a lot of people always go like, Batman Year One comic is bad, awful, trashy, doesn't give Catwoman respect, which I will agree, like, Catwoman is written kind of weird in that script, in that comic. But if you read the fucking movie script, you'd be like, you know what, the comic was not that bad. So I'm just telling people, like, you think the comic's bad, read the movie script. The movie script is like, you walk away going like, I feel dirty. So I'll give you a perfect example how the movie script is weird, not weird, but awful. And you give the comic a break. So here it is. Here's your preview. The Girls Galore Peep Show Theater night. The sleazy sex venue was the Grand Theater from Bruce's Nightmares. Only now, instead of a young boy walking the sidewalk with his parents, Campbell, the fat detective, staggers around in the street. Drunkenly, he throws a rusty muffler at Selena's window. Now, now you read the comic. Be like, there was none of that. There was no Campbell. Campbell, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Selena opens her window. First off, time out. If he throws a rusty muffler at Selena's window, that window would have shattered and been broken. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying like I threw a muffler at somebody's window, but I'm just saying like I'm pretty sure it would have been busted out. So, and Selena would be like, what the fuck? I'm just saying, like, if you throw a muffler at somebody's window, it would have been busted out. I'm just saying. Throwing that out there. Selena. She opens her window opens. Selena, you picked a bad night to mess with me, Campbell. Time out. If I would have wrote this script, the line would have been this. You picked a bad night to mess with me, motherfucker. That's what Selena, I imagine, would say. Like, because, I mean, like, if you threw a muffler at somebody's window, they'd be cussing at you. I'm just saying. Campbell. Oh, come on, darling. Is that any way to treat a customer? I feel dirty reading this. I'm just saying, like, I feel awful reading this script. If I'd be honest with you, like, they said in the article Miller wrote the script, I'm thinking, like, was Miller high? I mean, I know Stephen King wrote stuff when he was high on cocaine, but what was Miller doing? I mean, Stephen King writes a lot of weird shit besides being on Twitter to the point where I feel bad for the van that hit him. I told that joke, and I swear to God, my uncle, who I used to talk to, who's like a Marvel's fan, who's a Democrat and a fan of Stephen King, was just appalled by that joke I made. Like, his jaw dropped. Selena part is a disaster. It is. It is a disaster reading this. Selena, I'm paid up. You got your damn money. That's all you get from me, asshole. Selena slams her window shut. Campbell takes a pull from his bottle. What the fuck does that even mean? Takes a pull from his bottle. Does he mean the cork from his bottle or something? And goes into the cat house. A moment later, Bruce crosses the street, follows him inside the interior cat house night. Bruce cautionally enters from the upstairs. Bang, bang, bang. He hears the sounds of fists pounding at the door. Voice echoes down the empty stairwell. Campbell. On the stairs. Come on, honey. You know that's not the way things work. It's just part of the price of doing business. Selena. Other side of the door. Go away, you fat pig. Campbell on the other side of the door, banging, from the outside of the door, banging on the door. What the hell? Who are you? You're a whore. This is what you do. Bruce puts his foot on the first step up to Selena's apartment night. Campbell kicks in the door. Crack. Selena backs away. You can't do this. I pay you. I've always paid you. Campbell grabs Selena by the wrist. Selena kicks him in the dick. It says crotch, but I'm going to put it like that. She kicks him right in the balls and stuff. I'm just putting it that way because, like, I imagine Selena just kicks him right in the, you know. Campbell screams, "Bitch." Campbell slaps her across the face hard. She crashes into the table, covered with leather bonds, rubber gear, and masks. Damn. A cat scampers in all directions. Selena scrambles for the door. Campbell jerks her back into the room, slams her against the wall. Selena punches Campbell in the face. Campbell's head snaps back, and Selena makes a break for the door. He puts his hand on his fist and feels blood dripping. "Campbell, you're fucking dead." Enraged, Campbell moves to block Selena's escape. He punches her in the stomach. She collapses. Campbell picks up a cricket bat and starts smashing the place to pieces. A lamp flies into the wall. Bash. Music box explodes in millions of pieces. Campbell, "I've had it up to here with all the bitches like you," Campbell says. Campbell is standing over Selena now with a cricket bat in his hand. "Campbell, I'm going to show you once and for all." Selena is terrified. Campbell bends down and grabs Selena viciously by the throat and lifts her off the ground with one hand. Selena is choking. "Campbell, you're mine to do with as I please. You understand that? And now I'm going to please me to kill you." Okay, that part is written bad. I'm throwing it out there. Like, I don't know what Miller was going for. He cocks the cricket bat back and about to smash her brains out when suddenly Bruce appears in the room. His face is a mask of unholy rage. "Campbell, what the fuck do you want? Get the hell out of here." Bruce doesn't say a word. He delivers an uppercut, smacking Campbell in the ribcage. A couple ribs break. A left hook smacks Campbell in the face. Nose shatters to pieces. An elbow smack Campbell's head. His jaw breaks. Campbell stumbles back and falls to his knees. Bruce isn't finished with Campbell. He moves in. Selena grabs the cricket bat and crack. She hits Bruce. Bruce staggers things. Selena, "Sorry about that. Go." Selena smiles, holding the cricket bat. "He's mine now." Moments later, Bruce slowly comes out. Selena's gone. Campbell lies smashed out to the floor in a puddle of blood, dead. Red lights flash in the street. Footsteps in the hall. Voices. Cops. The one on the end of the hall. "Gordon, you go in yet?" Bruce holds his head, spinning in circles, looking for a way out. "The cops just got here. I only peeked through the door. Didn't want to disturb the scene." Bruce squeezes out of the bathroom window. Too small. Cat house. Hallway. Dawn. Gordon pulls down the yellow police tape. "Who called it in?" A cop. "A guy named Chi. He claims to be the property manager. More like a pimp." I bet Gordon's like, "No shit. Look at this place." Like when you see Girls Galore Theater, the first thing you think of, like, this dude's a fucking pimp. Like, you don't think, like, oh, he's a property manager. These cops are regular Jessica Simpson. So, alright, Gordon steps on his Marlboro cigarette. I bet they got a good sponsorship on this one. Just as he touches the knob, Flash pushes past the uniformed cops. Gordon turns. Selena's apartment, dawn. Bruce looks out the back window. Cops everywhere. Interior, cat house, hallway. Dawn, but it says pawn. Gordon blocks the doorway. Flash, what the hell are you doing here? Gordon, it's my collar. Flash, like hell it is. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Gordon doesn't move. Flash muscles past Gordon. Opens the door into Selena's apartment. Dawn. I love how they put all these things. Bruce looks out the bedroom window. The narrow air shaft, whose bottom opens into a rubbish-filled mini courtyard. Bruce looks over. The front door opening. Flash. Jimmy boy ain't kidding around now. Gordon backs into the apartment. He's been shoved. Bruce makes a desperate play, throws himself out of the window, hanging on 4 stories by his fingers as inside. Gordon. Okay, have it your way. Gordon stands aside. Flash. Flash, Anyway, Flash. Yeah, that's what I thought. Then he's confronted right with the sight of his dead partner. Flash. Oh, Christ. Outside the window, Bruce is slipping as he tries to get his feet on the window still below, while Gordon says to a cop, I thought you said there was 2 bodies. The cop shrugs. That's what Chi-Chi guy said. And that's what I thought it looked like 3 minutes ago. Bruce can't reach the still with his feet. Gordon squats down and inspects the body. A series of 4 deep scratches line Campbell's cheek. Beat cop to Gordon. Girl who lives here goes by the name of Mistress Selena, 21, 5'9", 120 pounds. Works an S&M dungeon. Obviously she hasn't turned up yet. Damn. That's all I can say is like, damn. Anyway, Flash casually tosses the apartment, looking around the back window, opens a wall closet, picks up some handcuffs. Bruce can't hold on anymore. He slips and falls while Flash looks at the cuffs. Gordon to Flash. You don't seem at all broken up. This is your partner right here. This is your partner here, right? Flash angrily throws them and slams the closet door. Just as the moment Bruce crashes into a rat-infested rubbish below. Gordon, hearing something, he takes a look out the window. Bruce was hanging moments ago. Flash. This kind of shit happens every day. I learned to grieve in my own way, Jimmy boy. Gordon pulls head back in. And exactly does that mean? Flash. It means I'm going to find her and put her in a box. Gordon. It's that simple, huh? Flash. Yep. If they were going for like a rated R script where it was kind of like, as Aronofsky puts it, like French Connection Death Wish, and Taxi Driver, they kind of nailed it. I mean, this was, I will admit, this is kind of an interesting script. Part of me wishes that DC animation can do like animated movies. I was gonna say anime. Yeah, either way, anime would be interesting, but but I wish they would do like animated movies of like unmade movie scripts, like this one, or Superman Flyby, or the original Batman vs Superman. You know, like, it would be interesting to see what direction they were going for and stuff. Like, I would love to see this movie be made. And oddly enough, I know some people will be like, this is going to be a fucking disaster, but it's kind of the point. Like, I would still love to see Superman Lives. I would wish they could do, like, that movie. An animated movie. Have Nicolas Cage voice Superman. He did it before with Teen Titans Go to the movies. You know, like Sandra Bullock voices Lois Lane. I don't know who you'd get to play Lex Luthor, since like originally Kevin Spacey was going to play Lex and Christopher Walken was going to do Brainiac. Chris Rock was going to do Jimmy Olsen. Like, it would have been interesting. Like, I will admit, like, it would have been interesting to see where that movie would have gone. You know, that's my opinion of it. Like, I would love to see that shit, but fortunately, you know, I doubt they could do it now. I mean, like, a lot of those actors and actresses and all that would ask for millions of dollars. But fuck, that would have been a good movie. Good animated film. This one, I don't know. It'd be kind of hard to find who could do this. But man, I'll be honest with you. I would want to see the script kind of be done animation, yeah. But anyway. In the air shift, Bruce climbs out from under the filth and pushes open basement window. Gordon, come on. There's more going on here. She didn't do this alone. What was it? Campbell wanted his graft and trade. That pimp get tired of paying you guys off. Flash to the beat cop. You get out of here. The beat cop leaves. Flash, listen, Boy Scout. You need to think long and hard about what you are saying and do the job you're in. Do the job. You're in way over your head. Keep it up, and someone's going to get hurt. Flash storms out of the room. Gordon watches him go. Exterior. Cat house. Moments later. Cop loafs around the crime scene, eating a donut. Oh. They kind of got that one right. Bruce tries to look Bruce tries to look Bruce tries not to look suspicious as he walks on the sidewalk, hands in his pockets, heads down. Flash bursts out of the building, slams into Bruce. Flash shoves Bruce. Flash, watch where you're going, punk. They hold eye contact for a tense moment. Selena's apartment. Moments later, Gordon is alone with the body as he stands soaking up the details with a troubled look on his face. Interior, Gordon's apartment, bedroom, night. Gordon sits on the bed with his arms around his wife. She's crying. Gordon. Honey, come on. I didn't mean it. It's just raising a child in this hellhole. Maybe after my transfer goes through, things will be different. Anne jerks her shoulder away. Exits in a huff, leaving Gordon in bed alone with the TV news. TV news anchor Brian. In Gotham City, in the middle of crime wave, murder, prostitution, drugs, racketeering, all on the rise. Commissioner's office refuses to comment. On the TV, Thomas Wayne's crest, with an in between T and W. TV news anchor Brian. When we return, the Wayne Corporation finds missing heir to Thomas Wayne's fortune before 15-year deadline. Gordon pays no attention. Outside Commissioner Loeb's office today. Ah, boy. Anyway, I'm going to leave it off with that. Time to wrap up the podcast. We'll be back. I think we'll be back next Monday. We're going to be kind of busy this week. Anyway, we will be back Monday. We'll be really just doing... I don't know what we'll be doing, but... Anyway, so anyway, we'll be back next Monday. We'll be, I guess, finishing up this script, I think. I don't know. It's very, very weird reading that script. You know, you were amazing. Thank you, love. So, anyway, this Batman Year One script is really bizarre and weird to read and stuff. Like I mean, I'll admit, like I enjoy some of it. Like it's really different, far different than what's going on in Batman. Like I kind of looked forward reading to what was going on with the new Batman stuff, like, and I mean, I'm happy I got this interesting anime comic, Robbie or something, Robbie. I don't know how you pronounce it, but anyway, so anyway, we'll be back, I think, next Monday. We will be finishing the script and stuff, and anyway, Monday we'll be back. We'll be talking about Batman Year One. We'll be talking about what's going on with DC Comics and stuff. So anyway, I will see you all next Monday. Bye.